He's going to be slow in his words.
What up? Here we are going live from the inside. Got our boys.
Yeah.
Hey, Rico, sub up in the building. What up? Spartan roping sporting the rope chain, dog.
Yeah, and with that, we're live.
All right. Oh, yeah, we're live on that. Fuck,
Yeah.
man.
That was the intro.
Gentlemen. Damn, dog.
Back at it.
Yeah.
Sunday night session.
Yeah, this is a good one. I like this, the good old Sunday night. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of wisdom thrown around tonight.
Yeah, tonight's
Late
gonna
night
be good.
wisdom.
Weekly wrap up.
Oh, a lot of
Rack up.
things.
Oh,
What up?
this guy.
Eddie.
Wrap up.
Oh. Yeah, make sure to wrap it up, boys, or you'll you cop yourself a big fine.
Yeah, I reckon
And she
today
has the baby.
Today we'll smash through the MMA and combat news.
Yeah. Well, there's not much on it.
Tis.
Not
Yeah.
much to say today. I think it was a lackluster. In terms of names, there were some good fights, some good knockouts. I didn't exactly watch the UFC card. I watched the One Championship card. I don't know if you watched the UFC.
Today? Yeah.
Did you watch that knockout, that main event?
Yeah. I was here. I was watching it.
Oh yeah, we watched it together, and we watched also Andy Ruiz. So
Andy
we'll
Ruiz.
jump into the One Championship
Yeah.
straight away.
Yeah.
Wow.
And again, before we jumped in, apologies we didn't get an episode up last week. Banged up my finger. Couldn't get it done.
Literally
Shit,
banged up his
man.
finger.
Yeah.
Who were you finger banging?
No, so episode didn't go out last week, so we're back at it today. And I'll get it out ASAP whenever it's out. It's out. I guess you'll find out.
Yeah, it's bloody killer.
So we'll start Thursday with the one
Thursday
championship.
Morning, One Championship. We had the final one on TNT, number 4. We had the event. I'll just get it up for us.
I watched that too, man.
Yeah, so the main fight on that was Angla versus the Ritter.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Anglad the Ritter was the main event.
That was...
Which was was
man.
unfortunate. We'll get to that in the end. So first off, we had Colby Northcutt, which is Sage Northcutt's. I don't know if it's oldest or youngest
they're
sister.
good-looking girls, and that blonde lady is...
I'm not gonna make
fine.
a comment because I'm locked.
Why not, Tony?
No.
I'll make it on
I've
your
gotta say,
behalf.
One
She's a
Championship,
real babe.
There's some pretty hot chicks going around in MMA now.
Yeah.
I do have to
Hey,
say
how
that.
did she go?
Sorry, Annalise.
Didn't-
Anyway, so
Yeah,
Colby Northcutt, she fought an Australian called Courtney Munn, who was, she was very good looking. But anyway,
Is she Asian?
she's an Australian girl, Aussie girl, and she ended up losing with a
Armbar.
first round armbar.
Yeah, I
Armbar.
saw that.
So Courtney, she was looking for the takedowns. She achieved the takedowns, but unfortunately got armbarred in the end. So that Northcutt's sister got the win. Then you had Jackie Buntan versus, I'm not even going to bother, man.
Ekaterina Vandarieva.
Which was a very close
The other blondie,
kickboxing fight. Yeah, she was a blondie. She came out some high heels, threw him off at the end of the ramp. Came into the
saw.
ring. That was pretty cool.
Man, I wish I
And
was at
she
those
ended up,
events.
I think she lost on a decision. Wasn't happy about the call.
Yeah.
Had something to say about it. Wasn't happy. It was a close fight.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
It was a very tight fight, but yeah. Then we moved into the main sort of fights. And first off the bat was Edward Foylang against Shinya Aoki.
Who's the last guy
Which
that
was-
Edward Furlang fought? Oh, yeah, there he
Tell you
is.
this part, man. Anyway, so they fought. It was at lightweight. This was their third meeting, and this time Shinya got the job done. Relatively easy. I don't know if you've seen, but it was a cool scene. I saw.
I saw.
He had him up against the fence, and Shinya jumped for a guard pull, and as he jumped for the guard pull, it was something they obviously been practicing, and as you guys have wrestled before, he sort of Edward based to sort of stop the guard pull, and then he tripped the leg. It was a good setup because he knew that he would be waiting for the guard pull, so it was a pretty cool takedown. And Shinya ended up getting an S-mount armbar and achieved it in the first round, pretty easy if you ask me. Then we went on to the main card. First fight of the main card was Umar Kane, or Rug as they call him, versus Kirill Greshenko.
Yeah,
Got that right. And this is why you got to be careful.
but what was that, man?
This is third world stuff.
Was
No
that his?
offense,
That
no
wasn't his
offense.
first fight, was it?
I think it's his third fight this month, but it was a very questionable stoppage. So it was
Maybe
a very
I
close
heard it.
fight. Rug got really tired early in the first round. Was constantly just looking for that wrestle. Was getting into a neutral over sort of position against the cage, and just couldn't do anything with it. Kirill was doing really good. He actually looked pretty good, Kirill. I'll give it to him. Like
Yeah, it was
he
really
looks
good
exciting. I mean, he's a few spinning heel kicks, some good takedown defense, and yeah, ended up right at the end of the second. The bell went. As the bell went, Kirill threw an overhand, which in slow motion, if you watch it, it misses Rugrug completely and hits him in like
the chest,
sort of grazes his chin, and then slightly touches his neck, but it mainly all hits his pec, right? And Rugrug just lays down and he's never to get back.
Yeah, I know.
Again. First, he looked at Kirill, grabbed his chin, dropped to the ground. Then it was his neck, and it was like,
you know what it looked like? It looked like when those guys go down in soccer.
Yeah, that's
it looked
what
like
it was.
A professional, like,
professional
I'm
dive.
fucking hurt and I'm
Yeah.
done here.
Yeah,
Someone
like,
get me out of
man,
here. I don't know
just
what
someone
that
get
was.
my paycheck. And it was disappointing to see. I've never really seen that in
see
MMA,
Rico?
especially at a high level, guys quitting like that. Like, you
Yeah,
know,
it was a bit.
you know,
bit
like
weird.
guys like people.
But do you think more so Rugrug deep down knew that he wasn't gonna do anything with this?
No, I don't really, you know, obviously I don't know, but I'm putting it on Rugrug. He knew he couldn't win. He took an easy way out. People jumped all over Aljamain Sterling when he got kneed in the face, and people were like, "Oh, you're a bitch," as if he didn't continue. The guy got hit literally in the pec and never got back up. So, in my opinion, he took the easy way out. But hey, you know, you respect him. He's had 3 fights in a quick turnaround. So, hey man, we'll see where he goes
Maybe
from
he's
here.
tired.
Moving on to these were the big fights. Eddie Alvarez against Ray Yoon.
That was a good fight.
Which is a good fight, man.
Yep.
You had the drop. Yoon knocked Alvarez down in the first round, and Alvarez looked slow in the start. But as to rounds 2 and 3 came about, it really progressed as a fight, and he progressed as a fighter, started showing his, I guess you'd say, his experience. And in my opinion, there was a bit of debate on the internet because One Championship, the way they score a fight is very different to any other event. They evaluate a fight over a whole entire the match.
Yeah, not round by round.
Yeah, not round by round. So in explaining that, if I explain to the listeners, usually in the UFC and other promotions, Bellator, etc., any promotion pretty much in the world who has the unified rules, it goes round by round, 10-8 system. So me and Eddie are fighting. Eddie, for instance, drops me in the first round. He wins that round, sort of 8-10, depending on the judges. And then, you know, rounds 2 and 3. So if Eddie is able to win the first 2 rounds, he's pretty much guaranteed to win, besides if something huge happens in the last round. One Championship, they will, you know, watch the whole entire match on its entirety, then make the decision. So I could beat Eddie for 10 minutes. With 3 minutes to go, Eddie can drop me, almost finish me, find the submission almost, bell goes. But they would usually tip it in Eddie's direction because he was the one who looked at any point at finishing the fight. Now, in my opinion, I thought it was super close. I don't know if any of you guys all
That was
watched
pretty
it.
close fight. Yeah.
I was almost like, you know, I could have seen Eddie winning that fight, but I'm not disappointed that Ock won. I do think it was a win in his favour because he did. Alvarez never showed a point that he was going to win the fight. You know, and I think it's a big thing that a lot of people got to take in consideration. If you push me against the fence for 10 minutes and you're unable to take me down for 10 minutes, I think that's a massive point on the guy who was unable to be taken down. Because he's able to show constant defense, and the guy who's trying constantly is wasting his time. So I think as a judge, judging criteria should really pay attention to that. And that's what Alvarez did. He was just leaning on him, ended up never achieving a clean takedown on Ock. And yeah, I think it was a fair call. What do you think, Rick?
No, I thought it was a fair call. It looked like at one stage I thought the ref could have stopped it. You know, and I wouldn't have disagreed with that. He had stopped it.
Yeah, in the first year, obviously.
Did you see it, Layla?
Yeah.
So-
I watched it, baby.
Did you, baby? Nice.
So you know, I wasn't mad at the decision. You know, again, you know, as we all know, we mentioned it last week on the podcast. Well, that didn't go out. Ock made it through Marat, and we explained that last week that, you know, Tony was offered that fight initially.
Heartbroken.
Yeah, and then
Move on.
Yeah, move on. Ock got the opportunity now, and he's done it on Eddie Alvarez, and he just took it and now he's running with it. So.
And look, in saying that, I'm devastated. I'm hurting about obviously what's happened there. But in saying that, to those who dare is those who can, you know, can achieve, man, and dream. And I gotta say, that should have been me. I'm very frustrated. I missed that opportunity, but at the same time, nothing but respect to Ock for he literally wasn't signed to One Championship, signed, you know, on 3-week notice, and now he's probably changed his life. You know, the whole entire world's talking about him. So congratulations to him. And you know, if he's looking for that third Fight One championship, and he wants to take on a real challenge in one of the best guys in the world, I'm sitting right here and I'm waiting for it, baby. So anytime that Ock wants to step in the cage with the Spartan, let's rock and roll. So hopefully, guys,
I hope
we're
you're
seeing
watching
me back
this, Ock,
soon.
man.
Yeah,
you
so,
know.
but all respect to Ock and to Eddie Alvarez, great fight. And that goes to you two, Alvarez. If you want a shot, you can get it too.
Yeah, dog.
Moving on.
Tag him in here, man.
Moving on, we'll
What's
get
his
to
Twitter?
which to me was a bit heartbreaking. Not gonna lie, I love him. Yeah, I'm a huge admirer of not only inside the cage but outside the cage. He's a great person.
He still rocks, man.
Great martial artist. Yeah, we still love him.
But it's hard, I suppose,
love
man.
You. But yeah, that's it,
He
man.
is good, but it's a hard game.
When you're at the top, you
Shit's
know,
real.
unfortunately, you can't be at the top forever.
Yeah.
And you know, and once again, respect goes to Renier, man. He was meant to fight Cameron Abasov, who was going to come up to middleweight, because he's the welterweight champion. He was going to come up and challenge Doridia for the title. He had to pull out due to an injury. So then Doridia actually put up a video shouting out to anyone in the world who wants to step up from middleweight all the way to heavyweight that he would take him on. No one did, and then Ung's opponent fell out, and it was just he was obviously desperate for a fight. They said to him, "Do you want to fight Ungla?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And he stepped up, man, and he went from from a guy who was, contending at 12-0 to now he's a double champ, and potentially he spoke about potentially pushing a third title against Brendan Vera, so which would be history making. That would make him the first ever triple champion. So
it's crazy how versatile he is. He can go to a heavy and fight middle and just have
but
those
it's
three.
Interesting. You do have to take into consideration that there is how versatile he is, yes, but he still did fight the same person. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a very big difference.
Do you think his style kind of caters to fight the heavier guys? And
at one championship, you're definitely gonna be, especially in that higher range class. That's why I believe for a guy like Gordon Ryan is to step up to heavyweight. He can actually make a bit of an impact, because I believe on the ground, a lot of those, middleweights and above, there's minimal ground game, in that one championship sort of league, if you ask me. And I can see a guy like him, he could potentially go and get Brendan Vera's title too, which would be quite interesting to see.
Yeah.
Brendan Vera is booked in the fight to defend his world title soon, so that'd be interesting. But yeah, I mean, who knows where he goes from here. It was a bit disappointing. Angla definitely showed some improvements. He was able to get over a lot of bad positions. He got over a really good head-arm choke. He got him off his back a couple of times.
it was just Ung was just pretty much playing defense.
He was. Yeah, no. But I'm saying, so he definitely improved in the terms of his defensive grappling has improved. But could it also be the fact that he wasn't training for this guy again? So, and I personally, I'm no expert, but from watching the fight, there were some occasions now I was a bit why isn't Ung getting back to his feet? In the first round, he stayed over the top of Doridia, even went back into his guard, and I felt that was a bit strange.
Maybe he had a big night.
Rounds 2, 3, and 4 were pretty controlled on the ground by Renier. Then 5, he actually ended up reversing the position late in the last round. Had about a minute and a half. I thought he was going to get straight back up and just try and knock him out, do whatever he could. And he just stayed in his guard and was just ground and pounding. Now, whether he was tired or not, I mean, it's very easy to speak from our point of view watching. But yeah, and unfortunately, Angla could, but it just shows the warrior that he is, man. He did not stop for 25 minutes, man. He just tried and tried and tried. And, at any time it could have all been over, because, he was only choked out, 6 months ago against this very same person. And, he kept trying. So, respect to Angla. He'll be back. So, love from Australia, man, from all us boys that from the inside. We love you, man.
And
hopefully we can get him on the, and all the people that down in Burma.
Let's get him on.
I forgot to say hello. They taught me once, but I forgot.
Who?
Before we move on from one, during the week, on one of your good friends down at MMA Island had Chatri on the show.
Yeah.
And they done the good thing by you and asked Chatri about what's the haps with you. Chatri's come out. He's replied. He goes, made it clear that they offered you the fight. To me, it seemed like Chatri was a bit upset that the fight
You're
got
gonna-
knocked back. But the positive was that he mentioned that you will fight again in the summer, which is June, July. So I think the positive is we are going to see the Spartan back in there. Hopefully, fingers crossed. According to Chatri's words on the show. What after listening to that tone, what was your take on what you thought?
Look, can I just quickly, just before I don't want to change the topic, massive shout out to MMA Island.
Yeah.
So guys, any people want get your MMA news, look them up on Instagram. They're awesome. They get all the latest news. They get a lot of insight. So they're one of my favourite guys to go to. So shout out to MMA Island. I'm taking that, man. Like I said, I'm a modest man at times. And respect to Chatri, man. Like, he offered me the fight. I turned the fight down. A lot of people always give shit to the promotions, and a lot of people taking, one's not giving you any chances. Why aren't you fighting it? Look, I was going through some personal things. I had some things going on back home. I was sick at the time they asked me. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But man, to hear that, I'm coming back hopefully June or July, man. I'm not going to make that mistake again. So I'm actively seeking now to get myself moved over to America to permanently be based there. And hopefully, see out the rest of my career with one championship and in America to spend the next, who knows, 6-7 years in America fighting, competing, in the biggest organisation in the world in one championship. And, hopefully we can start that with June, July, get myself a fight, get myself where I believe I belong. And get myself working up that ladder and getting close to that world title. So yeah, it's massive and exciting for me, man. To hear that, Chatri even just mentioned my name, and that I could potentially, hopefully be back soon. Yeah, it's massive. It gets me motivated. So I can't wait to see what challenge they're going to present towards me.
I get to see if outside of this, close mates, and I could notice that you had a bit of anxiety, a bit of distress. Like, when the fuck am I getting back in there, this and that, and just that video for me. As a mate, put a little bit of relief.
Yeah. Because unlike any other sport, man, you got to as a fighter, you have no here's the fixtures. The fixtures.
Yeah.
We don't know what's happening, man. We don't know, and we've got to be ready at any second, any moment.
Yeah.
And like I did, I've never turned down I have, but very rarely turned down a fight in my life, man, especially for personal reasons. And the one time in my life that I just honestly didn't feel right to go, right, wasn't ready right there in my mindset to go, and I missed out on the biggest chance. Like I said before, you dream, you dare to dream, your big things can happen, and unfortunately I missed out on the opportunity. But like I said, I'm in the phase of fixing all this,
get over
and
it,
making
Blue.
sure that nothing happens again.
And let's just see you get on this
exactly.
summer.
So guys, I'm excited, and
I am
big
too.
things coming. So we'll move on. We'll jump into the other events that were on this week. Are you going to get up, or you want me to get them up?
You can get them up. We had the PFL.
The PFL,
Rory McDonald got the win.
I didn't see all the fights, and I won't talk about all of them.
Yeah,
just about the main. Rory McDonald won by first round rear naked, pretty convincingly. Also, shout out to Chris Camozzi, ex-UFC fighter, also a really good, cool dude. He fought the champion at light heavy. Was a sick fight, really, really good fight, guys. That's also free on YouTube. That was on Friday morning.
PFL.
Friday morning PFL was on, and it was a great fight with Chris Camozzi. So if you get a chance to go back and watch it, please do. And then today we had the UFC on. We had Reyes versus. I'm not even going to bother. Prochaska. On the prelim, no one really. Besides, the only one I want to shout out is to Andreas Michaelidis. I can't say that. He's some Greek guy. Fuck, man. I asked my cousin his name too before, and I got it wrong.
Michaelidis.
He's a Greek he's out of Greece, so he fought and he won. I just want to give him a quick shout out.
Oh yeah, I did. He's actually his fighter name is a Spartan.
Man.
Yeah.
Respect. Good name, bro.
Yeah. So.
No one else on the prelim that I really want to mention.
You're the farting Spartan.
I did the first fight on the main card. Devalishvili versus Stamen. Devalishvili.
What is some German
he's
guy?
Georgian. I did watch his fight. It's actually a very entertaining fight. It was two out and out wrestlers, that entertained the wrestling.
Yeah.
So they were both. It was down and up, down and up, down and up, and it was like a frenetic pace the whole way
weight's
through.
that?
Bantamweight.
Always good. The light guys.
Yeah, it's like
wrestling love
the light guys get taken down and they just pop straight back up.
Yeah,
It's crazy, man.
Boom, 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 boom.
In the pace they fight at, man, it's ridiculous. And
Sean, did you watch
I
any
like
of the
him
others?
short too, mate.
Oh, I didn't catch them all up. No, I didn't watch any of these. I
I
did watch the
watched-
Chikadze fight again.
Yeah, did you watch the Cub Swanson? I watched it because you said it was good, so I watched it and that was fast.
Yeah, man.
Very fast.
That leg kick, man. Straight
Body kick.
to the liver.
Yeah, body kick.
Leg
yeah.
kick. So it's not my
Yeah.
bad. It was a liver
Yeah,
shot.
the body kick.
The
So
half
that and,
volley.
and Cub Swanson.
You went down straight away, brother.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he didn't actually. He took a few steps, then he went down.
But
No,
he was hurt, bro.
Because
So
usually
you see that.
yeah,
I don't know if you've been
no,
smart.
I did.
No, he did. He
watch
did.
that.
He was there. He was just like, oh.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Fuck
you know,
that,
you
eh?
fucking fart and you shit yourself. You're like, oh. And then he was like, oh.
The commentators even said it too.
But
Like he
he-
felt it instantly.
Yeah, what do you say?
Chikadze.
Chikadze, he's pretty good, man.
Yeah,
He's been very active over the last like 12 months. He's had a lot of fights in UFC over the last couple of months. He fought what's his name from the gym. He fought two guys from Sanford. He fought Omar. He beat Omar, and he also beat Rivera there. You know, the Mexican?
Erwin Rivera.
Erwin Rivera, yes, beat him also.
Emma Morales.
And that's all
Jamie
within
Simmons.
like the last, like say, 8 months.
He's from Georgia, huh?
Yeah, from Georgia.
He's got to take what he can get, eh? Where is Georgia? Is that Middle Eastern or
It's
something?
like-
Eastern.
Nah, it's one of these European, like Russian countries.
Oh, yeah, he better
Yeah.
take him.
And then in the main event, we'll move on because I personally didn't see too much of it. It wasn't a huge card. It was, a fight night. We had the main event. We had Dominic Reyes, who does Dominic Reyes. I don't think he has not won a fight since John Jones, has he? He has.
Yeah, he lost his against Bohovic.
He lost Bohovic, he lost Jones, and now he's lost to Prozekia. Is that what you said?
Prochaska.
Prochaska.
Slept him, man.
And personally,
Just nailed him.
I just felt like if you like watching the fight, Reyes is really, besides when he moves forward, he really doesn't have much like going for him. You know what I mean? I feel like he's a very forward fighter, and he can hit like well on the. You know what he does well? He takes one and gives a big shot back. But other than that, he's very from what he showed from that John Jones fight to what how he's performing now, I just feel like that John Jones fight's really messed with his head. He's not come back the same person. Now I think that Blachowicz fight, the knockout, I think really just has crippled him as a fighter personally. And I feel like this fight, he just struggled because
Prochaska.
Prochaska, I'm going to call him Pro. He
Pro.
Australian for Prochaska.
Prebiotics.
He was easy to hit in my opinion. He got hit with a lot of shots. He had his hands very low. Reyes even rocked him at one point, went in for a guillotine, and then so my point is a guy like that, you stand in front of a yarn like that, you're gonna get put to sleep. You stand in front of Glover like that, you stand in front of Santos like that, you're gonna get put to sleep. So I'm saying he wasn't nothing special, and Reyes couldn't get him done. So where does that really leave Reyes? I think he's 15th. That guy, I'm pretty sure he was.
Yeah.
He's ranked 15th.
No, I think he was ranked 5th.
No,
was
that's
he?
Reyes.
No, Reyes ranked 3.
Is he?
Yeah.
Let me have a look.
I think it was 5th versus 3rd.
But never mind. Well, even if let's just say if he is 5th, my point being is like, where does that leave Reyes? Where's he going?
I'd probably see Reyes fight maybe I wouldn't say Anthony Smith, because Anthony Smith didn't really show anything against Jimmy
He
Crute.
was number 5. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony Smith's number 6. Then you've got Ankalaev at number 7. I got that right, man. Then you got Osmia. The guy I can't even get these names, man.
Aussie.
You got Walker, Span.
Yeah, then you go into those lower guys after that.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know, Dominic Reyes. I mean, I know he's fighting a high elite competition.
Yeah.
So I'm not knocking him saying he's finished.
He's
but
fighting
I'm just
top
watching
5
him
guys.
as a fighter, and what he was able to do against John Jones, he's not even showed like 5%.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
that
He hasn't
in his other
showed
fights.
progression. He showed regression.
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point there, Ricky. He really has. He's almost gone backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know where it leaves
What are
him.
you saying? He should get another job. I mean, this guy's been getting ragged on.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Move it
you
that
know,
way, Rick.
He's tall and
Move it that
strong.
way, 'cause I'm blocking you.
no, I'm more
He just
saying,
hasn't developed.
No, I'm more
Yeah.
saying he done such a great job to get to the world title, had the shot at the world title, showed some signs
like,
of
move the whole
almost
thing.
winning that fight. Was
I'm
a very
blocking.
close
Yeah.
5 round against arguably the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I
ever
know what
since
you're
then,
saying.
it's
He's
just
just went,
showed
he
nothing.
went
Like
downhill.
the Yarn fight was very one-sided. This fight was very one-sided. I don't know where that leaves him. It'll be interesting. I mean, that's up to the suits of the UFC, who have now gone public. Let's just put that out.
What does that mean?
UFC is
You-
now public.
Yeah, you can buy
You can buy stocks in
Oh,
in the UFC
whereabouts?
now.
Can you tell me the website? I'll get my Seno check tomorrow. What can I get for like 300
I mean, there's
bucks?
plenty. Just quickly, there's plenty of guys for Reyes to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think an Anthony Smith is a good fight for him because if he can't get an Anthony Smith done, I mean, you got to look at him almost going all the way back to number 15 to have a shot when against one of those guys. So I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, after Blachowicz fights Teixeira, that light heavy really had a stalemate after that.
yeah, it is, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you've
Because there's no
a lot
like,
of, and you got a lot
yeah.
of injuries in there, and it's just like
well, Crute's out.
yeah, Crude's out. Jimmy Walker's got that bung shoulder still.
Yep.
Thiago Santos. What was his?
He's not even ranked. Santos isn't even in the rankings. You got Racic, who's a good fighter.
Yeah.
Now he's a guy that I'd like to see, but he's also he shows only really kickboxing. I haven't really seen him get
What, are
into
you
a
sure
real rest.
Santos isn't ranked?
Oh, there he is. Sorry, I just seen him right now. As you said that, it's like I seen him. Yeah, he was number 4. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how was he not ranked?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's almost like these are all the rejects of John Jones's, like who had a shot at him. And now they're all moving their way back down, which just shows you how good of a John Jones is, man.
Yeah.
He's literally went through eras of fighters. So,
Jones,
shout out to John Jones. Next week is a big fight. You got Sanderhagen against TJ Dillashaw, the drug cheat. Hope he gets his face smashed in. He's a dirty dog drug cheat. Don't even know he gets allowed back in the ring. But
Is he a juice monkey?
that's up to the suits down in the UFC.
Mate,
Forgot
they don't
about
care
that.
about anyone but themselves, man. You know, when does the
They
fighters'
haven't got
welfare
any other
come into
fights up
play?
yet, so it's only
Yeah.
showing TJ Dillashaw and Sanderhagen. So that'd be a good fight. I really hope Sanderhagen takes his head off. And from all reports, Sanderhagen has his number. That's what I've been hearing from a couple of different podcasts saying that TJ Dillashaw was a bit of a bully back at the gym, and they brought in Sanderhagen, and Sanderhagen apparently used to whip TJ's ass. So we'll wait and see about that. I guess the only other, because there's no one championship this week, I guess the only other thing to talk about is
The boxing.
the boxing. Before we move on, we'll talk about the Bellator this week, which is coming up, which I know you're not. Is it this week or next week?
May 7th.
Yeah,
isn't it?
this is week. So this week we've got, and we're disappointed. We're a
I
little.
wanted to see him, man.
Yeah. That was a fight like that was
Who?
Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
You know, you 2 movies, 2 franchises.
Now, I want to get your opinion here because your Romero got scratched off the heavyweight Grand Prix, and he was supposed to fight Anthony Rumble Johnson. 2 absolute fucking bombs of fighters. So it was meant to be all explosions, and then Romero's been taken off due to a medical suspension. That's all Bellator have said. They don't know if it's we don't know if it's injury, if he's popped up for something. We don't like. So I want to know like when a organization doesn't release the full story, are they hiding something? Obviously, they're trying to hide
here's
something.
the one for you. Here's a thing for you. Was he ever gonna get a pass, and they used him just purely to boost their brand? They said to Yoel Romero, "Here's $100,000. You tell everyone you're fighting." Because how was he not being medically cleared in building up such a huge, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he is our main go-to vehicle, right? We're about to build a whole competition, really, essentially almost based on guys like Rumble, guys like Yoel, and something as silly as a medical. What did they not check on him, or what did they not, or did they also not do enough, research on him? Because why was he medically suspended? Like you said, they don't have drug testing, so I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been that. Because if it was, they could have easily swept that under the rug. So what is it?
COVID-19.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, that's totally just what you just said. But I'm like you said, why have we not released why, for starters? Secondly, like, how did you not check if this guy, like, why would you sign a Yoel Romero to your brand and then not even have him medically assessed?
Or even putting him in a Grand Prix.
Yeah.
If you're going to put like a bunch of fighters to a Grand Prix, you want to make sure that these fighters are going to be are perfect to fight, unless something happens in their camp leading
exactly.
towards
And that's what it is. And that, it wasn't like he was medically suspended due to a concussion through camp.
Yeah.
It was, he just
and usually if something does happen in camp, like a cut or like, you break a collarbone, it's instantly said.
Spoken about.
Yeah.
I mean, it is strange. Definitely is very strange.
So I feel like it's either Bellator hiding something, or the PED related, or something he's been carrying for a while that hasn't been disclosed. Maybe something to do with his eye, or I don't know. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. But yeah, that fight's now scratched, which I believe now Rumble gets passed on to the next round.
No, they brought someone in for him.
Oh really?
They brought in Jose Augusto Barreros, who was in also a light heavyweight Grand Prix apparently previous to this one, and he's fighting now. He's going to fight Rumble Johnson. Yeah. So they brought him in, and on that, so we might as well go straight into that card. Yeah. In that card, we'll just talk about the main event, really. Yeah. You got Michael Venom Page making a return. He's fighting Derek Anderson at a welterweight division bout. Then you got obviously the Grand Prix Rumble and Jose Barreros. Then you have Patrici Pitbull, which is the brother of the other Pitbull, fighting Peter.
He's from the same litter.
I can't say his name. He's an Irish guy. They're fighting each other from SBG, I'm pretty sure. And then you've got, in the main event, you've got Juan Archuleta versus Sergio Pettis, which I think this is going to be a sick fight. Really, really good fight between those two. I've seen Archuleta fight before, and he's a good fighter, quality mover. So, and obviously Pettis being the brother of Anthony Pettis, he's got.
I was going to ask that. That bloke looked like that other bloke that flies off the cage. The younger brother of,
and talking of Pettis, I don't know if we mentioned it, but Anthony Pettis actually lost his PFL debut in a 3-round decision. So back to the point of what a lot of people have been talking about in the MMA world is that a lot of fans, the casual fans, are thinking that the best fighters are all located in the UFC, which majority of them are, but a lot of really, really high-level talented fighters are spread out throughout the world. You know, whether that's in promotions we're not even speaking about,
or your local pub.
Yeah, one championship
like that. What's the Latino one called? That's actually pretty big.
Combatica, I'm pretty sure. Combatica, it's called.
Is there a Latino MMA league?
It's actually very big.
And what is it? Is this a Mexican thing? Because I wasn't emailed about it. What the hell, man?
Why aren't you involved?
Well, I am Mexican.
Yeah, well, actually, why do you not? I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's a South American thing. Because it's actually...
Gotta get on the Twitter.
They brought out a ratings of it, and it's actually...
Combate Global.
Yeah, and it's actually second in the ratings to one championship. No, it's UFC Combatica, then one championship.
Combatica.
Which was, very interesting. I've never heard of it personally.
Where's it from?
I was speaking...
Do they allow groin strikes? I think they say a lot... Some Brazilian leagues do.
They were saying...
Shit's hectic.
It's Hispanic MMA entertainment.
And well, they've said that. I think that's... I was speaking to someone...
But where's it based out of?
They were saying that's where...
I think it's based still out of the US, but...
Yeah, they were saying that that's where like guys like Paulo Costa and all that come from. That's their sort of line.
So United States,
the Brazilian crowd's their main sort of.
Yeah, Brazil.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. First time I've heard. Start tuning in.
Same, man. Same. Yeah, you boys are gonna be all over.
Yeah, we've been. There's some good fighters coming out of that Street Beefs on YouTube.
Yeah. Shout out to our boys. Street Beef. Baby Hulk, man. Get Baby Hulk signed, man. Yeah. How is Baby Hulk not signed?
Fight hard.
Yeah. Well, just quickly, that's all the MMA news.
We got to talk more about Street Beef.
Yeah, that's why you two are here. They're gonna you're renting the room after us. Street Beef.
I like the concept of a good unsanctioned punch on, you know. Yeah, just two lads getting out.
We're gonna do our own take on the Street Beefs.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, we were supposed to, but financials fell through.
Yeah, man.
Financials, and we started having fighters falling out.
Yeah, that project is fucking
no one
shut
could pass the medicals. No one could do the 100-meter dash. That's the like, fuck, man, all you gotta do is a 100-meter run. Nah, man, can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ultimate grudge.
really dropped the ball on that one. That's totally messed up.
We'll quickly move in. We'll get all the combat stuff done. We'll talk about. We had the boxing today, which was you had Andy Ruiz against
Chris Arreola,
which ended in a decision
win.
going to Andy Ruiz. What did you think?
I besides the knockdown was it the third or second round that happened? It was pretty much every time. All Arreola really got Andy Ruiz in trouble, obviously, but literally every other round, Andy Ruiz really won it. Yeah. So, watching it on that stream was dropping in and out, so it was a bit hard to watch it. But look, I thought Andy Ruiz looked really good, man. Fast hands, man. Like that guy's got razor sharp hands. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, I saw that big fella. He's got a good sort of counter hit to him, eh?
Yeah, no, he's
fucking like pumping.
He's got razor sharp hands, man.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I only saw a few.
But I got to say, Chris Arreola was very durable, man. Like Chris Arreola was taking some of Andy Ruiz's best shots, and he just kept coming forward.
At the end of the day, like I was saying, it was actually quite a weird matchup to see two heavyweight Mexicans fighting.
Yeah.
And at a high level, like I'm sure it happens, but that was a title eliminator, so they're getting obviously themselves groomed for who's going to be the next contender. It was quite interesting to see. And if you know that's probably Lee, if you know boxing and you know the way boxers operate and you know Mexicans, they're tough. They're going to come. So I knew personally that fight wasn't going to end. I thought these two were going to bang the whole time. And they did. They really were tough-nosed, took some big shots. But, yeah, you got to give Andy Ruiz, man. He's still a living legend for what he did to Joshua. Yeah. But, yeah, his counter work, man, is some of the best I've ever seen, man.
Yeah,
Just
I saw it too, eh? He's killer.
It's so fast, man. And the way he, eats the shot and gives it straight back is something pretty phenomenal. So it's good to see Andy Ruiz back in there, doing his
best. He's got over a year now because his last fight was against the Joshua loss. So
he sort of has been
took that
forgotten.
loss hard too, man.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, but he didn't really handle winning the title well either.
Yeah.
I think that's always going to happen to everyone. And let's be honest, he's also in a business where as soon as he did what he did, all the suits weren't like, how do we make him the next big star? They're like, how can we get this title back off him and get rid of this guy, man? Because he is nothing but a problem to us. You want Anthony Joshua's, they're the guys you want, the pin-up boys.
God,
you don't want
a
fat Mexican guy, from the street who can barely, put a sentence together, holding your world titles. And it was a big mess up on Eddie Hearn's behalf, but they got the belt back luckily. But it'll be interesting. I wonder if he'll be able to get his shot back.
Well, I think he's doing it the right way now because I think to really negotiate that fight isn't going to happen. But if he goes through a title eliminator and makes himself a mandatory again, then that's how he's going to get that fight back. So I think he's doing it the smart way.
You said he moved to Canelo's team.
Yeah, so now he's
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he looks well, not in good shape, but he looks.
But, it was for good as he can be.
Yeah,
and he looked good. He did the 12 rounds.
And I feel like he still needs some of that stuff to really get the power still behind him. So
and then keep going.
It's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here now.
Yeah,
because all right, he's beat Chris Arreola now. Who's next? Is it going to be a Deontay Wilder he's been sitting on the sidelines because he wants that Fury rematch, but it's not going to happen. Yeah. Does a guy like Wilder now fight a Ruiz to get himself back into to get himself to mingle with a Joshua or a Fury again?
What about a Joseph Parker? Because he also fought today.
Controversial.
Yeah.
I watched it and I thought Chisora won.
Yeah, you were saying.
And Chisora's been hard done by in quite a few fights now, so. It was hard. It's hard, but Chisora's a straight G, man. Chisora's like, man, he must be like, fuck, how many times now? But he just likes to get in there. He just likes it. He loves the sport. So
Chisora's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Then you've also got Dylan White.
Yeah, Dylan White.
So the heavyweight is in good condition in the boxing world. I don't watch the fight with the Parker, but they've got some talent up there in the heavyweight, which is good to see.
Yeah, but in saying that, Joseph Parker his name will still be in there. You know what I mean?
Well, he held the WBO world title, so it would be good maybe to see because Parker and Ruiz have fought before, and the this was controversial too. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to maybe see those two guys go at it again. I guess that's all sort of the combat news we've got.
Then you got this weekend, the big one for me, Canelo BJ Saunders.
Here we go. So let's talk about that. Obviously, was on the podcast because he would have a lot more to say about this. I don't watch heaps of boxing, so I don't have too many comments to say, but I do have to say I think Billy Joe Saunders is going to be an issue for Canelo, but I still don't see Canelo losing.
I haven't seen much of Billy Joe fight before, but I just must say that Canelo has been, doing work, man. Like December he fought, February he fought.
Him,
now
besides
he's May.
being a dirty dog drug cheat. You can't. What?
Dog.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
All right.
Oh.
Yeah, go on. What are you gonna say? Continue.
as I was
continue.
Have you seen penetration?
Well, no, but they did test him positive.
Wow. Who's they, dog?
But anyway, my point
Same
being
people
is,
on that
you do
on
have
Jenkins' Facebook.
You have to give him respect that he does do the work.
Shout out Jenkins.
He definitely does. He's been putting in that work, man.
Yeah.
He's fought so many times, and he's gone through bullshit with the zone and that, and he's still just working, doesn't care, man. He's getting in there and he's finishing people, destroying them.
And a lot of people say, he's taking guys that he knows he can beat. Firstly, the last fight when he fought Avni Yildirim, he was a mandatory, had to fight him.
Yep.
Also would have lost that belt. Second, the one before that was Kovalev. Was it Kovalev that he fought before, I believe, in December? Or was it? No, I think it was Kovalev. Again, he was a champion himself. So he's fighting guys that are up there.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, now
let's be honest. We know the world of boxing is polluted, and they're going to take their tune-up fights and this and that, and some of them political fights. But at the end of the day, you can't knock him, man. He definitely is he is probably the best, one of the,
Say it.
besides Tyson.
I'll get it out.
I don't know, but I don't know everything about boxing.
Stop holding the brown man
boxing,
down.
Let it
out.
Take the fight that's meant to be made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Joshua, how many times has a Fury
Well, I'll
fight
tell you
been?
this much.
We want to hear it.
Not Anthony. Canelo is a much more of a respected boxer in my books than that fucking bum Floyd Mayweather. Simple as that. You know what I mean? He was a kid who fought one of the greatest.
What's
of all
wrong with
time,
Floyd?
Took on Floyd, and now he's fighting. Now Floyd's out there fucking taking on circus fights. He's a fool.
Yeah.
He's a fool. Canelo's still doing his job. Good on him, bro. Good on him. So
yeah, but he'd do the same
excited.
in the if he had the same opportunities.
Well,
Floyd.
maybe, but it hasn't happened, so you can't say that.
But you already called him a drug cheat.
Yeah,
so he's a
that's nothing
cunt
to do with
too.
anything. He's a dumb dog drug cheat. But anyway,
that's old
Just
combat
getting in here,
sports,
mate.
yeah, well, really the ones that we want to speak.
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
There may have been more, but we don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on now. We've got a couple of boys in the building. We've got a bit of a chat with them. Well, I said something that I want to talk about. Eddie was a bit like he didn't want to talk about it. I don't know. We might as well talk. I want to talk about it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, cool.
What do you guys say? You got something you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't know.
I want to
You've
talk
You asked
about
us to come on, bro.
social media and
Social media. And
the bullying on social media. But not only
That's been a big topic this week as well, by the way.
Not only because I have two reasons why I'm saying this. A, because people are horrible on the internet. Like, even, one thing I got to say, what they've been doing to that Chris Weidman. I'm like, come on, man. The guy just fucking snapped his shin on, in front of everyone in the world performing for you assholes. And there they are making jokes about him and memes about him and
But so
teasing
what?
him and laughing at him.
But it's only as quick as to the next big thing that happens.
But my point being is, I'm just saying it's sad that we're in a world where someone will almost laugh at you for being run over by a car.
Right. Rule
So
number
what?
one,
They're
no one
allowed
gives a
to.
fuck.
Yeah, okay, but
Ladies and gentlemen,
no, here he is. He's the biggest bully ever. He hates cunts who get the vaccine. He's a bully right now. Yeah. You fucking
Bro, what the fuck is going on?
fucking hell, cunt.
Oh, no. Lee.
Hey, Lee, man.
Oh,
Shit.
you snapped the
I've come
chair.
to take over. What's going on?
don't sit there, put him in that crate, 'cause this chair.
Typical English guy. And see, I'm Aboriginal, and see how you leant over to me and took my mic? Because I'm a black man.
Quick take,
Come on,
Lee.
Lee.
BJS or Canelo this weekend?
BJS.
It's obviously going to be Canelo, but Canelo's worst opponents have always been southpaws. He's always struggled against southpaws and movers.
Yeah.
You know, and if you stand in front of Canelo, he's got you. But if you move, mate, he has a hard work against you. Look at Mayweather, look at Lara, look at those skilled fighters that he's always struggled against. They've always been movers. Lara, I thought he lost against Lara. I think he got lucky with that fight. Billy Joe could definitely pose some massive problems, but obviously with Canelo being, as you said, I don't see him winning. You know?
Yeah, I'm Mexican, bro. You know. Have you seen Penetration, Mr. Pro-vaccino?
All right, well, going back to the topic
social
that Tony
media
was just
bullying, get him.
Yeah.
So the online abuse, this whole thing that's been going on this last week, stop online hate, stop online abuse.
I honestly, I personally haven't seen that. The only reason why I brought this up today is because I was having a conversation about it this week. And the reasons why I wanted to talk about it was also, and the reason why it comes to light today was because I just personally just shared something on my social media, and I often get people with fake accounts. Do you want to step out? I often get fake accounts attacking me. But my point being is, I think it's how we handle it as individuals. I think that's the big thing, because I'm hearing a lot of these kids of today that they're not handling it right. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're handling it wrong.
So you're not speaking on your behalf? Like, you're not hurt by any of these comments?
Well, why would I talk about it and tell people and you know, if I'm hurt about it?
What's up?
Do you think I'm insecure like you?
That's what you got out of it?
What's the online abuse? What's this?
No, just
I
I'm
put a
just saying-
padlock on that.
No. Okay, I posted a picture of me and my girlfriend.
Yeah, go on, I'm listening.
But it's not about that in particular. I'm saying I often get a lot of hate on the internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being someone with a blue tick, only one in the room.
What a fucking idiot. Go on.
Anyway, my point being is, and I'm like, I don't get how you're offended by someone you don't even know. Like, how can I take offence off of you if you're hiding behind a fake account with no photos, nothing, telling me how much of a wank I
That
am?
there is a definition of a first world problem.
Yeah, that's what my real point was trying to get to. Is I'm sort of like, why are there people even doing this, for starters? And secondly, how are people taking offence to this? This is what I'm sort of confused about, and this is what I wanted to sort of raise amongst, you know, the square round table.
The panel.
What's your take on it, boys? You know what I mean?
Well, this last week it's been big on my Instagram feed. So I've just looked up an article now on The Guardian. Pathetic excuse, mainstream media.
Yeah.
They've put out saying sports bodies to boycott social media for bank holiday weekend over online abuse. So the Premier League, English Football League have started a campaign saying kick it out, which is pretty much to prevent online abuse. Now, for me, this is censorship. This is another step to get people to be accountable for what they say, or to know who's saying what. And it's taken away freedom of speech completely.
Yeah.
You know,
because that's another big thing I want to say. Everyone has the right to abuse me. Like, please, any of the haters out there, message me. I'm cool with it.
Give me abuse, please.
Yeah, I have no issue.
Feel free.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to go away, but I'm with you, Rico. The internet is a dangerous place, and it's for like it's a pirate's world out there.
Mm-hmm.
So these people that if you get on, I think it's buyer beware. You know what I mean? And
I think this is just another play,
Yeah.
you know, being
that's
played by governments using and corporations using celebrities to tie people to the social media, like their normal identity and the social media. This is the Chinese did it, you know. It's just another push towards that, you know. Or boycott, you know, social media. No more hate speech, and it's basically to get people to. You know, if you start now, this will now pass a bill, and what will happen from that is that you can't, like, no more hate speech. Meaning, if you start speaking about like what's classified, who determines hate speech?
Here we go, and that's exactly where it
what
gets
you can't
down.
say nothing about the government no more. You can't say nothing about this or that.
Or you can't have an opinion that's maybe I think the football team that played was shit. I say that team sucks because they suck tonight. Is that considered hate speech or is it an opinion?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Well, to me and you, it's an opinion, but to these fucking idiots out
there.
there.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what they're going to view
It's
that
hate
stuff
speech.
as. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, now we'll start with that. Then all of a sudden, you're saying that COVID, for instance, COVID is wrong. Yep, that's also hate speech too, you know?
Yeah, actually, you know, Saturday footy, it's all about banter on the sidelines and what. And there was a dude on the other team, and I've just shouted out, "Hey, Ginger, shut the fuck up." Referee stops the game, comes over, and he goes, "Listen, in today's era of racial abuse, calling someone a ginger is classified as the same thing, and I'm like, a ginger is not a race. Like, what are you talking about,
He's got
man?
red hair.
He's got red hair. And I'm like, I replied, I'm like, you're one of those guys that like that think it's okay for a man to be a woman.
No,
like that is who you are, bro. Like,
and that's what the world's breeding now. Is all these, like, you know, these social justice warriors. Look, they're out there. Like, I'm out. Look, I put my hand up and I'll say, look, I'll speak out and I say what I want, and you know, I could be classed as a social justice warrior, but I mean, I'm all for I'm all for freedom of speech, and you got these people out there who tell you what you can't say and what you can't do. Excuse me, when did you give birth to me? Like, I don't know you. I'll do what the fuck I want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and the same to the government. You can't tell me what I can and can't do. Like, all right, as long as I'm not hurting no one, as long as I'm not damaging anything, as long as I'm, you know, doing my fucking job and, you know, being a member to society, what's your problem? You know, like, if I want to say what I want, me piece. Personally, I think another good show, that one of my favourite shows, was a show called Subs World. And what we did is we just spoke out whatever the fuck we wanted to speak about. Do you know what I mean? We said what we wanted. We didn't care. And I thought that bred like strength, because it stopped people getting so sensitive. Like, you know, like, why are people so sensitive? And why can't you just say
Can I just say, in this modern world we live in, it's like a differing of opinion is now viewed as an argument, when a differing in opinion can just be a discussion. Like me and Lee, we do not agree on heaps of things.
We bicker all the time.
We bicker all the time, but we
don't
have
hate him.
discussions. Yeah,
I don't hate him for it.
We live together, and we've lived together for a long time. We have many discussions about different things. It doesn't mean because he has a view of one thing and
I think we just call it for what it is, and we see it for what it is. Like, you see it like that, I see it like this.
Yeah, that's right. Perspectives. We see how we have different views and perspectives on what's going on, and I just find that this world is becoming. Yeah, just
one-eyed. Like, you've got to go down this route, and this is the only route you're allowed to go down, because this is the.
But you know, it's like, it started off
communism, though.
Yeah, but it started off as everybody being nice to everybody. Now it's turning into, you have to be nice how we think nice is, and if you do any other way, you're bad, and you're like, man, the way you think nice is, I think, is actually wrong. I think you make people weak and vulnerable. You know what I mean? So in this world, it's like, I believe the way I am, I come from a martial art background, being tough and hard on people and making people earn everything that they get in life is, I think, a lot more of a gesture than just being nice and giving people whatever they want. What you earn is always going to last a lot longer than what you're given. So I think that's we live in a world now where it's the opposite. Yeah. Everybody deserves it. Everybody's given it. Everybody's going to win. And I just think that's horrible.
Bullshit.
Well, in the junior,
like, they give out fourth place medals and shit.
In the junior leagues, I don't think they even count the goals.
Yeah,
like, there's no winner. They both win.
For you the other day, my girlfriend, her cousin, he scored the winning goal at basketball after the siren. I'm watching it going, fuck. And you know what? I was like, bro, how come no one celebrated? He's like, I don't know. They don't even, like, the kids don't even celebrate anymore. His team had already left the game. They got in the car and went home. The kid just shot the winner and the kid's team was already gone. It was the opposition team who stuck around to watch the goal.
It's not competitive. It's PE class.
Yeah, man. Like, no one wants to win anymore.
Fuck that. As soon as that whistle goes, man, we're at war, bro.
But I see actually, talking of that, just quickly, we didn't run over the pit bulls this week. How did we go?
Yeah, we won.
Clean sweep.
So the A's won 3-2. Reezy's drew 2-all. They were 2-0 up, and they're just at the end, man, just
disappointing.
Didn't fall apart, but yeah, it is what it is. It's football. And
Can't win them all, Blue.
Yeah, and then in the C's, man, we should have been.
Now you sound like one of them.
In the C should have been a whitewash, but fucking missed all of our opportunities, man. We lost 2-0, but we should have fucking pumped these guys.
And surely the coach is getting sacked.
The coach wasn't even present at the time.
Didn't come to training all week, didn't coach, and he didn't rock up on Saturday, and he isn't coaching again this week. So,
where the board is having a meeting.
The committee, he's going to put him under review.
Yeah, I think his head's on the chopping board. He has to. The manager there, Guillermo Vega.
Well, we might have him on for an exclusive press
we're gonna get his equipment back, because we don't give nothing for free there.
Yeah, bastard.
So back to the point, but even there, boys, like, you play like a fun competitive amateur soccer, and you don't go out there to kill each other, but you want to win.
Oh,
The
no, we go out
desire
there to
and
kill
the,
each
the
other.
will to be there is for winning, for
Yeah.
championships. And even though it doesn't mean World Cups and millions of dollars, but as I'm saying, like we're living in a world now where it's almost like you're frowned upon for being like aggressive, not aggressive, but like a mover, a thinker, a breaker
I
of the
think
lines.
that the best thing you can do from like this grassroots stuff, or for us, is this badge is something we're all building collectively. Like every single one of our players is creating the history to it. That's why it means something to the boys.
Yeah.
Whereas now you support the Chelsea, but Chelsea ain't Chelsea it used to be.
Yeah, it's a colour. It's
Do you know
just
what I
a
mean?
colour.
Like you go,
It's a name
for
now.
example, where we're from, Chile, Colo Colo, you walk into that stadium and you get almost the feeling of walking into a Raiders. Do you know what I mean? Like there's aunties there that are working.
Yeah.
It is a big corporation and it is owned by millionaires, but it's still very much
Grassroots.
of the
Yeah.
essence,
Yeah.
grassroots. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Whereas it's not like you go to Manchester, not that I've ever been, but like I can see it enough and it's all
Oh
corporate
no,
now.
you could here in franchise football. It exists in Australia. Adelaide United. You got
Oh,
Adelaide
yeah,
United,
Adelaide
game
United,
here.
of course.
There's fucking 50 people that go to those games these days, and it's literally all employees. You don't feel like the stadium you're walking into is the clubs. It's just everything's just plastic and fake about it. And it's taken me 10 years to actually realize, and actually me going overseas and seeing what
Yeah.
a real grassroots club is,
Yeah, fucking
and
oath.
to see it.
Yeah, for me, it was when I went to England and I seen that Liverpool's actually just a club that started from the bottom and worked all the way to the top.
You'd see it firsthand because you went to England. You've been to
Yeah,
Anfield.
Anfield,
Yeah.
Goodison Park.
Anfield. Compare that to going to Boca Juniors.
Well,
I didn't go to Bockers.
it's hard. It's hard because Anfield is still.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Liverpool is
You know what
still
it's
a
like?
grassroots
You know what
club,
it's
man.
like?
It
No,
still,
you know what
still
it's like?
exists.
It's exactly what Rick's saying. When Sydney, here we go, even changing codes, when you have Hawthorn play Essendon, but they're sharing the home ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're
There's
both
the-
home
yeah.
ground teams, but one's the home team, one's the away. You know what I mean? It's now like we're now just playing in a stadium that's built just purely for like profit. Like there's no more backbone to
Yeah,
this
there's no
sport
heart.
anymore.
I just want to say something, so you whatever get my view. But every time these guys are overseas, I'm going to their little games. I'll be at home nailing a fucking chick. So there you go. There's a victory story. I didn't let you that shit.
Right. Special comments. Special comments. And he's not, and he's not joking. He's not joking.
he's not joking.
Yeah, that's what's so funny. But yeah, I mean that's what it is. But we're losing the point of I mean pride, culture, competitiveness. To be, the will to win is they're taking it away from everyone.
It is, and it's the social engineering that's going on. Like it's turning us all weak purposefully. I think. I think it.
Like at the end of the day, no
Well,
one really gives.
not
Like they
us.
actually thought they were
Not
going to get
us,
away
but
with
the
the Super
majority
League.
of the people.
Yeah.
But the
You know what I
ones
mean? Like that's where
the blind, the sheep.
Yeah, well, but you know why?
Yeah.
Because they're elitists who live in an elitist world, and then of course everyone just wants to see Juventus.
because they
Chelsea every day.
see. Fuck, they actually done that, and everyone followed. Like,
Yeah.
and this is happening now,
Yeah.
bro. If we do this, they're not gonna say shit
Yeah.
because these cunts are all stupid
Yeah.
cunts. That's why they actually thought that Super League was gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Well, they thought they were going to push for it,
Closed down
and they
in
thought
2
that they were going to could run congruently with like all the other things going on. But like obviously people are like.
I think this, even though it is still corrupt, but I think the sport is just too big, man.
Well,
You
it's not even
can't-
that this. Yeah, you know what it is, and that's the thing that people
it means
keep,
too much.
You know,
bro.
people keep.
Well, I'm just
forgetting.
going to tell you this right now. Don't you worry. The European Super League is coming back because that's where the money is. And and if you think the Prem and all this, the way it's going now is do you think it's going to last the way it is?
I think
not.
It's gonna come back, but with a different model and a different name.
and it'll be under the FIFA banner
Yeah.
because you
And
can
that-
already
and-
see. I think what the
You-
2025 Champions League,
2024.
2024.
It's pretty much what they proposed. It's going to be the guaranteed the big 13, big 12 clubs are guaranteed a spot every single year in the Champions League. So it's pretty much the Super League, but now you're going to have the other clubs.
See, that to me, that's just like a play. They
Yeah.
just played that well. This is what
Yeah.
we want. It's the Hegelian dialectic. Problem, reaction, solution. We create the problem, get the reaction out of the people. No, we don't like this. And then the solution is, I'll tell you what, we won't do it, but we do want this.
Yeah.
This is what we do want. Can we have that? There's the compromise. Yeah, we can do that. All right. And that's what happens, and it works. It works in business. It works in government. It works in politics. It works in institute
Yeah.
around the world, industry around the world, they all use the same method. The only people who aren't onto it are the fucking, the bottom feeders like us. But if you're not smart like me, obviously.
No, but it is true. In a way, like, and you don't have to, and that's the thing, like, people would laugh, most people who heard Lee say that would probably laugh at me if you know him. And say, what do you mean, uneducated? But Lee's actually educated enough to know that theory. Most people wouldn't know that theory, and if Lee explained what that theory like he has now, it's true. How many times do you see in a comment every day, someone gives you a problem, you don't want to do it, so you argue, that's your reaction, and you all come to a solution, you're like, wait, but I still come out worse. How the fuck did that happen? But I didn't lose as much as I thought I was going to lose. So it's true. When people do a slight bit of research in the world, they realise a lot of the stuff that these a lot of conspiracy people are full of shit. They're fucking liars. They're full of shit. They're like and I'm not saying him. I'm not. But there are a lot of, and Lee would agree.
It just goes back to what we started off with. It's opinion, man.
Yeah, that's right. It all comes down to an opinion, and you know what I mean. It's sad, and and the whole world is conspiracy theory, and it's only whatever you fucking believe in is the truth. Whatever's your reality. So I just wanted to touch on that quickly tonight, guys. We won't go too much more into it.
Are you in a band now, Spark?
Yeah, well, actually, I did. I mentioned that before we finish. I did rock out today in Subs World. I played the bass. I was pretty impressed. What do you think, Sub?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so I can do better.
He's been practicing. I've been watching him practice.
It's either shit or it's good, Blue. It stuck, man. It was sick.
It was good. We had a good time today. So, guys, if you want to rock up next, hopefully if there's no rain, we're going to be out the next Sunday. When we're hopefully, before we know it, we'll have Nooch out there too. We'll have a full band, hopefully, before I head back to America.
Because we missed the last week's upload, a couple of weeks ago we had Sav perform live.
Oh, yep.
That was Lee. You were there.
Yeah.
Saw you there in the crowd. Rocking
We were
out.
there, yeah.
We were all there. Do you want to describe the night, Sav?
Oh man, it was absolutely fucking terrific. You know what? To have all the guys come there and everyone's throat sore and everyone's beat. You guys feel like I do after a rock concert. So everyone just must have felt like me then and there, and I'm loving it.
I purchased a great bargain that day.
Yeah, discounts.
I got a discount to the CD. It was worth $2 million, but I got it for, you won't believe it,
How much?
$10.
Oh,
Can you believe that?
You thought that was good. I got it when it was at 10 billion million, and I got it for 10.
What?
So yeah.
Fuck.
no, but it was fucking.
I paid
sick,
$20.
man. Yeah, but Blue, man, I needed some more money.
Hey, but I got the signed version. Yeah, I got it signed though.
Fucking oath. And I made $40 in the mall. So watch out, Chinese marketplace. I'm fucking creating a virus of my own. Back to Spot.
Well, I guess we'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for coming on, lads. Having a good chat, and for all you guys out there, you know how to stop bullying. Watch out, Lee. I want to be on the camera. You know how to stop bullying? Stop being a fucking pussy, yeah? Be a fucking soldier.
Defend your fucking self.
That's
It's
right.
as simple as that.
Learn martial arts, and then you'll never be bullied again.
Do you know how to stop a bully? By standing up for yourself.
They
It's
break
that
his fucking
simple.
nose.
Or get
All
yours
right, guys.
broken.
See you later, guys. Bye.